All right. And our next guest, please introduce yourself.
My name is Dana Benjamin. I'm the Chief Executive Officer, co founder of the Global Nursing Program.
What do you do exactly?
The Global Nursing Program is a non governmental, nonprofit organization, and our focus is nursing shortages and the causes
Mm.
thereof. So, equipping, networking, training, as well as working with other nonprofits who are similarly engaged. We're hoping to create a world where there are no nursing shortages and all nurses are fully trained.
I see. And then are you doing this as like a local staffing or are you doing this across the nation as like a national agency?
The Global Nursing Program is a global nonprofit
Oh, I see.
Okay,
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 organization,
okay.
I'm
and
sorry.
so we wanna work
I had
with all 197 countries. We are neutral.
So exactly what do you do? Are you basically just taking nurses from America and shipping them into other countries or how does that work?
Okay, so the Global Nursing Program has several programs. I can highlight 3 of them for you now.
Okay.
One is our junior ROTC program. We are hoping and in the works with Johns Hopkins University to
Okay.
develop curriculum so that we can place that curriculum in the high school level so that students who would take that ROTC course for all 4 years,
Mhm.
when they graduate and turn 18, they would be prepared to take the NCLEX versus having to start from the beginning when they graduate as
Oh.
a certified nursing assistant. It takes several years. If we can get in there like the Army and the Navy
Yeah.
Yeah.
and get them going,
Mhm.
we're hoping to do that. We are also working with our Veterans Redeployment Program. If you folks are aware, or maybe you aren't, an individual that's a corpsman or a medic in the
Yeah.
military, when they do retire
Mhm.
and come back to the civilian sector, their years of service are not recognized.
Really?
They have
Really?
to start over. And so we are working to get those years of service recognized so that they can help teach future nurses. And we also have our nurse sponsorship program. So there are individuals in developing countries
Mhm.
who have a heart for nursing, who have a heart to care, but they don't have the resources or the finances to do so.
Mhm.
And so, just like World Vision and some of the other nonprofits, you can choose a nursing student that you would like to sponsor, and we will help her along, him or her,
Right.
along in that process.
Interesting. I didn't know that. I thought as
Yeah.
soon as you had the medical or when you were in the military with medic background that it would be recognized. Interesting. So it doesn't matter, is what you're saying, and now you're trying to help it matter and it changed the things.
We are trying to help
Yeah.
it matter. So we are working with the World Health Organization as well as the Center for Disease Control
Mm.
to globally certify nurses because right now, if you are a nurse in the state of California, fully licensed,
Mhm.
you can't come work in Nevada with that license.
Mm.
So at this point, with disastrous situations, infectious disease,
Mhm.
and that sort of thing, we want to be able to dispatch nurses as quickly as possible to emergencies.
Yeah,
And if we have them globally certified, they can go all over the world.
I see.
Wow, that's so interesting. I didn't even knew there's so many like um
Well, it's like what we do. We need another license in
yeah.
order to do it in somewhere else. But it makes sense though. I mean, it just comes down to state mandations and how it will work. So how do travel nurses do it then when one is traveling from one state to another?
There's a program that travel nurses use.
Mhm.
I don't have that documentation here
Mhm.
to give you a clear and concise answer, but there are travel nurses
Is it
and there's a process they have to go through.
gotcha. So does that kind of like blend in with what you're doing with your program a little bit or is that completely different? Because I just don't understand the medical side of things. So
Pardon me,
um
medical side of things.
well, like you were saying, like you I don't I guess maybe I'm just a little bit confused where the aspect of where your organization lands. Is it more of like the educational and then the introduction into nursing? Or is it more like you're helping people who are already like nurses, be able to get further? Does that
Well, our junior ROTC program would be teaching our youth who would then be of age,
right.
able to take
Okay.
the NCLEX, which is the national testing
Right.
to become registered nurses.
Oh, okay,
There
gotcha.
are also
That makes sense.
other opportunities as far as emergency response nursing.
Mhm.
If you visit www.globalnursingprogram.org for more information, you can read up on some of the programs we're currently
Okay, yeah,
available.
sounds good.
Okay.
That's very interesting. We have a lot of friends and family members that are in the medical world, and yeah, like military to medical. Like
Yeah.
my brother personally is now a physician from the Marine Corps, so yeah. So
Very, very nice.
I just didn't know he didn't get any credits
He's
for.
the medic.
No, he was a infantry corpsman, and then he went into now he's a physician.
Okay.
Yeah, he's actually like a licensed physician.
And he had to go to a lot of school.
Yeah, he had to go through everything.
See?
Yeah.
And so
So you're saying
did he do 20 years?
no, he only did 8 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So even that experience
Mm-hmm.
was not able to translate or transfer over.
I
at all.
see. So your organization would help get rid of 4 years of that headache, is what, or even 8 years.
We are working with the National Licensing Board
Mm-hmm.
to ask them if they would recognize the years of experience our servicemen,
Gotcha.
women have given to this
That's
country.
fair. I mean, that is very fair. That's awesome that you're doing that. That's
Thank you.
I didn't even realize that that wasn't even recognized. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really a disservice to our military.
It is.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
agree.
So what made you get into this field, like to help out and all that?
Well, philanthropy is in my blood. This is not the only organization. I sit on the board of the Universal Female Leadership Academy as well, but that's not what we're talking about.
Right.
I love to give back. I love my community,
Awesome.
and anything I can do to help, I'm here.
That's awesome. That's
All right.
great.
And then just before we close it out, one of our mottos is to embrace the fearless. What are some ways or things that you do in your life to conquer your own fear?
Well, I recently did a summit with Tony Robbins,
Oh,
and it was amazing. He helped me understand how to. So, one thing that Tony Robbins said, which I never really um, even thought of, was that I am a warrior, I'm a lover,
mm-hmm.
I'm a sovereign,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm a magician. So, my warrior, that's the heart that I have to be able to sit here in front of you on this podcast and fight for nurses. The lover in me, I love to help the community and those that are in need. The magician in me is kind of some of the ideas that I have that are organically my own. And then the sovereign in me, the royal abilities that I embrace when I took on the task of founding this organization and being the chief executive officer.
That's awesome.
I enjoy what I do, and I'm so very grateful and thankful to my volunteers as well as the employees that help me with my organization.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for coming on. And is there any way you want to plug yourself in where people can find out more about this program again? And then
Your camera's
find
right
it,
over
yeah.
here if you want to talk to it.
Oh, wow, I've been talking to you and not the camera. All right, hi. Please visit www.globalnursingprogram.org for more information. If you would like to volunteer or make a donation, you can choose the program that you're interested in helping, and we really appreciate your assistance. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time.
Check me out. You see me on the road, I'm in hustle mode, real estate mogul, commercial real estate.